Hello guys, this is allrover and in this lecture we are going to learn about the array versus objects. What are the differences between the arrays and objects and which has more functionality, whether array has more functionality or the object has more functionality. So for declaring the array we use where AR equal to and whatever element we want to be inserted inside that array. And we know that arrays in javascript are heterogeneous in nature, so either you can insert uh, boolean values or what we call numerical values, characters or strings, any type of values you can enter inside the array. Now the similar type of objects if we want to create as that of this array in line number 1, then we can create in this way where obj equal to, and in the 0th key we have the value 20, 1st key we have the value 30, 2th key we have the value 40, and in as the third key we have the value 50. So this is somewhat similar to this array and object, but there is little difference between the properties of arrays and objects, as the arrays are specially made for storing the values, so it will surely have the more properties than that of objects. For example, using array we can't use the in line number 10 you can see using for in array we can't use the dot property, we have to use the square bracket notation only. The reason is that ARR dot 0, because that key is starting with number, so dot operator can't be used, as I have explained earlier also that in three cases we can't use the dot property. First one was the when the any key element is starting with a an inappropriate character, or second case was when it is starting with the numerical values, and third is when it has any dynamic values, like in a foreign loop we have also seen that we can't use the dot property if we want to iterate our objects, so we can't use the dot property in ARR. This is the difference between first difference between the array and objects. We have to use the square bracket notation only. Now we have studied the type coercion in JavaScript, means ARR 0 is treated as 0. We can even write ARR and like a string 0. So type conversion will takes place from string 0 to the numerical 0. And even we can use the obj for accessing the object elements, we use the square bracket notation, or even but we can't use the dot notation here. This is the way of accessing the difference between the array and objects. And after that we don't have the length property in object. Like in array we have the length property, that we get the length of the array, uh, but in object we don't have the length property. So in this manner array has more functionality than object, and we can even insert the values after defining that array, like AR6 equal to ABC, we can insert it, but for object you have to go here and insert any value if you want, like if you want to insert 6 and ABC. So in this manner we can do like this as in array. So these are the differences between the array and objects in respect of, first we have seen in respect of accessing the elements of the array, and we have noted the length property in objects and the inserting of any key value in the array and objects. So this is about the array versus the objects in JavaScript. Keep following in the next lecture. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much.